Chicks on your APs, looking like weeds. Haven't chased
Cleveland, shout out, I'm bleeding. Welcome back, welcome back to the 1 a.m. pod. I'm Rashad, joined here by Jelani and RB Mo. Fellas, how are y'all feeling, man?
Doing good, bro. Man, can't complain. Your boy back home, man. So I feel good.
I didn't put two and two together. You had the Matt Ryan jersey on, I guess to signify you were back home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta let him know the boy
wasn't
back in
doing
town.
wrong.
You did. But yeah, man. So feel good. Like, for those that don't know, I've been out in Griffin, Georgia for the last 6 months. But I'm back in towards this side of town type stuff, so but yeah, how you feeling, Jelani?
I'm cooling. I got my little cousins in town. It's making me realize that I definitely don't want kids. I love them to death. No, they're amazing. I mean, they're great kids or whatever. It's just like the idea of having two kids and they're fully like your responsibility. Like it ain't no like somebody else about to watch them. Like you gotta watch them and take care of them 24/7. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way of with my niece and nephews. Like it's a handful to deal with them, but you can manage. Like you can get through it for a couple hours. They wear you down after like 5 hours or whatever, but you can manage. And then thinking about that, like, dang, this life 24 hours a day is crazy.
How old are your niece and nephew?
My oldest nephew is 9. My niece is like 3, and then my youngest nephew is 2. He just turned 2.
Yeah, see, my little cousins are like 7 and 4. So I mean, the 7-year-old, she be chilling. Like she could just be on her iPad. Like the most she'll do is just ask like random questions and stuff like that. But the 4-year-old is like, bro, I can't imagine having that much energy, dog. Like it's crazy to me. Shout out to all the parents out there, man. You enjoy, you deserve a night off every now and then at least.
Facts. Shoot, for me is my sister had got married a few years ago. So I got nieces. I got a niece that's like 22, 23. And she's white. So, I mean, I don't mean them, but yeah. I have a white niece.
Wait. You got a white niece?
Bonus detail.
So your sister married to a white man?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know this.
Yeah. My sister Tasha, yeah, she been married to a white dude since 2020.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
For the listeners. So I was with Mo a couple weekends ago, and his other sister was in there. And so I switched up the sisters, and she was like, "Yeah, the last time I think like I took y'all to Hooters when y'all was like in high school, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, you took us to the UGA game." She was like, "No, that was Tasha." And I was like, "Oops, my bad." And like so, yeah, like I seen Tasha a lot. Like she drove us around a lot, like when we were teenagers and stuff like that. So it was like to hear that and to know that that's been the reality since 2025 years ago, and I'm just now finding out about it right now on the pod. It's like insane to me. I'm like, wow, plot twist.
Yeah. My bad. I guess I didn't really mention it, but yeah, I got 2 white nieces.
What?
Yeah, one is 18, the other one's like 22. Yeah, it's kind of it'd be interesting because they really love me and I love them too. But it just be kind of like it just be kind of crazy. Like, wow, like y'all really my family. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I guess I know that sounds crazy, but
Nah. Imagine like a white kid like calling you uncle. Like that's kind of crazy. Like,
yeah. And it wasn't until like when they first got married and everything, it was, I knew at that point now I have 2 nieces that are white, but I'll see them every now and then. But then, as time went on, it's like, we grew close and, so they really rock with me. And I remember I saw the one that's like 18 now. a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, what's up? She came, gave me the big hug, and and I could just tell she really, it was just like, yeah, just really missed me and stuff. And I was like, wow, you really my niece, right? But shout out to them, love them. But then I got two other nieces that are 14 and 13. No, one's about to be 14. The other one is 13. They're both 13 right now. One is about to be 14. And then I got a nephew that is a year old. So it's like a wide range. But yeah, having nieces is definitely kind of crazy because, I love them to death. But I see, having them full time, I would be like, bruh, it would be a lot. But I'm like that cool uncle that just pops in every now and then, like, hey, let's go to the movies. Like, y'all want to, when I was young, like, let's go to Toys R Us. Like, oh, we love Uncle Mo. Like, took me to like the World of Coke, stuff like that, and then to give them back to their parents. And it's like, yeah, y'all deal with the real stuff.
I feel like whenever I'm away from them too long, or like just like smaller cousins and things of that sort, I feel like that Kanye line resonates with me when he's like, "Deadbeat cousin, I hate family reunions." Like that line like really resonates with me when it's been too long, or I'm just not as active as I want to be in their lives and stuff.
Facts.
Hey, it's crazy you brought that line up because I ended up like grilling at the house or whatever, just with like my mom and my two little cousins. But like my dad's side of the family, they were having a cookout. Like they stay up in Dalton, Georgia, and they were having a cookout up there. They were having a cookout up there, and I hadn't seen that side of the family in like 8 months maybe. And that song popped in my head. Like I was thinking,
that's dang near Tennessee, Dalton.
Dalton, yeah. It's like probably like an hour and a half away from Georgia, but not that far. It's like damn near Chattanooga, but yeah, like I haven't seen that side of the family. I seen this might just be like a fake TikTok stat, like on people on TikTok just say shit or whatever.
Yeah, that hey, I already know which stat you about to talk about. That's 100% a fake stat. I'll pull it up on the thing.
Oh, it might be a different one than what you're talking about. But I seen this that we was talking about so like black family reunions in like the last 30 years I forget what the number was, but it was like it declined by like 80% or something like that, like as far as black people having family reunions. And I was thinking about it, like we used to do it every 2 years, and we haven't had a real family reunion since like 2016. Is that the one you was talking about? Okay, so then we talking about the same. Yeah, no, that's literally what I was thinking about. I was like, bro, we really. And I'm trying to think like what I feel like there's a few different causes, but I'm wondering what's the main cause of why that is.
Like, it's interesting. They said the lingering unresolved family conflicts. And, it just kind of it puts into perspective, man. We let Reagan win, bro. He wanted to tear down the black household, bro. And realistically, our generations are kind of the people who are really seeing the effects of it. I mean, it's been a war on the black family dynamic for a while now. But, I think realistically, though, like not even to be funny, I think especially during the 80s and the 90s, you got the war on drugs and then the three strike rule and everything. I think, with so many of the family dynamic being put into jail and, it's a completely different thing where, people aren't as connected as they used to. Like, the matriarchs of the family ain't the same as it used to be, and then just even now realistically, like our generation is kind of the people that's, millennials are the ones that really would be kind of really, our parents and us will be coming together to really put together the family reunions. And, I don't know, it's just like, it ain't the same. Cause my grandma, like after my grandma passed, like we stopped really having family reunions and stuff. It was like everybody from all over the country would come meet over in Milwaukee and meet at my grandma's house. But after that, it just kind of dissipated, So I don't know. I feel like it is somewhat of that, as they said, loss of elders, lingering unresolved family conflicts, and just, a lot of people having, I don't know, I think just the way that things have went during the 80s and the 90s are lingering effects that we're feeling going into the 2000s and the 2010s and 2020s now, you know?
Yeah, I'm on the belief that I think this is made up. I think the stat is made up. I think it's fake. Um, for me, it's just like I don't think like conflict and families having issues with each other, like not liking each other and having beef within families. I don't think it's a new concept. I think it's something that's always kind of existed and things of that sort. Here we go. All right, I found it. Shout out to our boy Ant 285 Slim, friend of the show. How the F did you even measure this? N-words believe anything in this font. I'm gonna let Jelani, you frozen. I'm gonna let you like turn off the cam, come back or something. But like, cause exactly, how do you measure it? Like, do you we're gonna survey 100 black families? Like, how do you measure it exactly? Like, I don't know.
I will say I don't know
ahead.
how they measure it, but
Mhm.
I think it has gone down significantly. Like I know I've seen it because I don't know too many people who are just having family reunions, and it just like I don't know. I just think also, you don't see people just having like big old cookouts at the park no more. Like whole family, like you'll go to a local park and you'll just see bunch of people gathering around. It's a lot of times more of an event that you may see at a park, but you don't
Like a
really
community event as opposed to a family thing.
yeah, so I mean, but if I say I speak for my family, and then
Yeah.
I know just I don't hear too many of my friends talking about they're going to family reunions these days.
Yeah. I think on my side of things, I've seen more family reunions and stuff the older I get. Now on my dad's side, I know they've been trying to organize one for the past few years, but they never just kind of put pen to paper. Uh, but like we kind of just use holidays like Thanksgiving in particular, because Christmas, everybody spends in their respective homes, but Thanksgiving is usually the holiday where people used to come down to Atlanta because my dad he had like the house with the most room for it. But last year they tried to do something like in the cabins in like Jersey or something, and they never came to fruition. It's just stuff like that. Like, but I don't think that's anything new. It's like when some people do family reunions on a cruise, or some people do it in the islands or something like that. Like that's a lot of moving parts. And I think when you try to aim for that with family reunions and it falls short, like what can you blame, bro? Like you can't blame the families and say like if anything, you just gotta blame like you trying to do too much, bro. Just do it in everybody's hometown where the root of the family is from. On my mom's side, the root of the family is from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. So I'm like, for me, I like going up to Rocky Mount because that's the only time I get to go up there is for funerals and family reunions. So it's like I want to know and learn my mom's hometown and that side of the family's hometown and things of that sort. I don't want to do it in Miami. Like that's just stupid to me. Same thing with while we on this topic, high school reunions, bro. I remember when they was like, "Yeah, y'all want to do it in Miami?" I was like, "Bro, I haven't been to Marietta in like 5 years. I would love for it to be in Marietta, Georgia." So it's just stuff like that for me. Like I think you trying to do too much with the reunions, it's like it's a better chance of it just falling through. Jelani, did you see Ant Ant's response to this?
Which one? How the fuck? No, I was thinking that too when I first saw it. Like, because it's like, are you okay? One, are you taking? There's no way for you to take a poll like of every single black family.
I was thinking it would have to be something like a Steve Harvey Family Feud. We surveyed 100 families.
100 black people. Yeah. But I could find Well, the only reason I'm saying that, I just feel like human interaction is just so different than what it used to be. Like people, you had to like, okay, if it's the '90s or the 2000s or any decade before then, like it ain't no Facebook. It's no way to keep up with your family. So it's like if your auntie just had a new baby and you want to see the baby, you would have to actually go see the baby. Like it's people were more distant back then, so the idea of a family reunion made sense. Nowadays, it's like I love my family to death, but like the ones that I'm really cool with, we still keep up with each other to an extent, and I could just check y'all social media and know what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Or at least what you would want me to know about. You know, so it's like it's that, and I think I saw people saying this like in like the comments on TikTok or whatever, but people was like, um, people get older and they realize like even though we are family, like if we don't have that sort of relationship and we adults, it's no point of trying to force it just because we family. Like I get that we related, but if we never was cool, we never hung out, we never, you know, just never liked each other for whatever reason, just because we got the same last name, it's like, dog, I'm 30 years old. I'm not about to keep trying to force this. So I think some people got that attitude too, but it's really no way to fully know if this is fully true, but I could definitely believe it.
Yeah, I do think. I I don't know. I definitely, as you said, I'll tell them a shot. I don't think there's a way to measure it genuinely, but I do feel it. And I think I agree with you what you said with just people being so connected digitally that it don't really have the same need. But it's just crazy. I remember the days where you'll see people with a like uh you know 2005 Johnson family reunion, like
Mm,
the shirts and all that stuff is like you just don't see that no more. And but I know my grandfather's side of the family, they still be having family reunions, and I just don't be going like that. I ain't gonna hold you, because I really don't know a lot of that side. It's like because technically, like my step grandpa, he's still my grandpa because they've been married for like 50 years, but
Is he
it's
white?
no, very very black. Um, but yeah, but yeah, that side of the family, I don't really know them like that, so I just don't be really wanting to pop out. But they do still stay very connected, and yeah, so I would love to. I know my family, like my mom's side of the family, has been wanting to do like they get together. I've been gone, but they got together for my uncle's birthday like a month or so ago. They got together for the 4th. I just got back, so I wasn't able to make it. But yeah, we still try to plan stuff and stay connected as best as we can. And but I wish it would be all of our family because we got family out in California that could fly out and come kick it. I remember with one family reunion we had was like all hooping, and there was like the California boys, the Georgia boys, the Milwaukee boys. Everybody was just all different. So we need to bring back the black unity, man.
I think back to a couple things from the 2010s. The first thing is the early 2010s, 2011, with "Be Alone" of a Childish Gambino, and he says, "It seems like the more I try to connect with the world, I'm feeling more lonely than I ever had before." And I also think of it was a 2017 feature. I forgot who it was with, maybe Time or something like that, but it was a feature on Aubrey Plaza, and she said social media is weird because you feel like you're talking to all these people, to like hundreds and thousands, hundreds of people. You're having multiple conversations, but in reality, you're just sitting in your chair in a room by yourself for 20 minutes. And I think that's like the two biggest things that really stand out to me of just like how, like, literally kind of distant and lonely like this era of civilization is, I had a visitor, someone come see me and stuff like that today, because Essence Fest, so it's a lot of black people in town and stuff like that. So I had one of my homegirls come by and stuff like that, say what's up, and I thought about it. I was like, because she was saying like, oh yeah, you still got this, and you still like, I only drink water. So last time when she was here for Super Bowl, she had like Monster energy drinks and stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh, here's some Monster." I was like, "I only drink water." And she was like, "Oh, you can have it when you have company over, and you could offer them, something other than water." I said, "Okay, cool." So it sat in the fridge. When I was like, "Oh, can you get this?" Da, 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 da. She went in the fridge. She said, "Oh, you still got my Monsters in here?" Da, da, da. I was like, "I told you I don't drink." And I was thinking about it. I was like, I think you've been the last person who's been in here. That was February. The Super Bowl was February. It's currently almost the middle of July. And I didn't even realize that was the last person that's ever been in my apartment that hasn't been me. And that's just kind of like the reality that we're in right now, man, of just like it's very distant and very kind of lonesome in reality, but it never feels like that because we're more, I guess, quote unquote, connected than ever before. Go ahead, Jelani.
Yeah, and what's weird is I have a great relationship with. I was blessed, Brock. I never had like. I'm sure there's been drama in my family before, but like for me personally, I've never had like no dramas, no beef with my family. We've always been cool or whatever. But even for me personally, like I want to see my family like a couple times a year. You know what I'm saying? I love them. Like let me spend a few days around y'all. Like on both sides, like a couple times a year. But like I don't. I think about like I just feel like people used to have like more gatherings. People used to have more like you watch like movies or TV shows. Obviously, the movies and TV shows, but like from like the 80s, 90s, like it's always somebody having like a game night or like somebody, having friends over. I just feel like we don't. Partially, I think social media is too, but also I just feel like everybody has their own space now, and everybody's just like, I don't know. It's a weird time, bro. Because I also think I feel like you could put it hand in hand with what we talked about before when people in the club don't like dancing no more. Like people just go to the club just to like stay in their section because it's like you want to be outside, but it's like you don't want to put too much energy. You just kind of just want to be amongst the people. I'm kind of the same with my family now, where it's like I definitely want to be around y'all. I want to see y'all. I want to hang out with y'all, but it'd be a lot trying to like shake everybody's hand and catch up with everybody. Like I don't know. I can understand why. Not to stay on this topic too long, but I can understand why like family reunions not. This is a real stat. Why they not? Why they not? Why they are declining is what I meant to say.
Yeah, you bring up a good point of just how we talk about interaction amongst people in general is just at a weird place because a lot of people don't really know, especially like our generation and especially younger, they don't really know how to talk and interact with people in real life. It's just so much of having to communicate online and things of that nature. So the idea of having a family reunion and seeing all these people in person, especially I remember when I would go to family reunions, you'll see people that you ain't seen in years, or they ain't seen you since you was a little baby and all that stuff like that, and so you don't really know them, and so it just I don't really know what I'm gonna talk to y'all about. I don't really X, Y, and Z, but you'll make that connection regardless, though. You'll just whatever. I don't even though we don't know each other, we're family. So we're gonna find that common connection, and especially if we're around the same age. So yeah, man, it's sad, man. It sucks, but I I feel like it's definitely gonna get worse before it gets better, just honestly. Cause I don't see people really craving for that interaction. You know, that actually brings me into like, I was thinking about it the other day, how, you know, I know for me personally, like I like to just do stuff alone, you know, and I find like comfort in that. Even though I like to interact with people, I enjoy those times, but like I like to just, and I was talking to a coworker about this. I was like, yeah, I'll go to the movies by myself and like enjoy it. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll go to the movies, go ahead and pick me up some food beforehand. I think we talked about this on the pod before. But yeah, get me like, you know, I didn't went to the movies with some barbecue, like got some ribs, some mac and cheese, all that, put it in my bag, hopped in there, you know, just sitting there chilling, watching a movie. Or go just to like a restaurant and just, you know, sit there, chill, have a headphone on, and just listen to whatever I want to listen to and just enjoy my meal. But I think that's, you know, somewhat I know that's how I am, and I know there's a lot of people who kind of are like that. Just they'll rather just kind of be by themselves nowadays. You know, back in the day, that just wouldn't seem socially acceptable. It would just be kind of like, oh, this dude, what's up with him? Like, why he just sitting here by himself, you know? But yeah, man, I don't know. We're in a weird time where
I also think about, I don't know if y'all deal with this, but I deal with like kind of like paranoia of like meeting new people. This is beyond family. This is just like with friends, meeting new people and then like inviting them into your space. Like that's just a thing that I think about now. And I think it's only because, you know, I've seen so many stories of people getting backdoored, you know what I'm saying? Like getting robbed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like with women in particular, like if you meet a woman and, you know, you date her and then it's like, oh, here's where I live. And then, you know, she comes there one time and then the next day, like a group of dudes come to there, you know, and she set you up. Like, I think about that stuff, and like that's I think one of the main reasons why I'm not so open to just invite people to, you know, where I live and things of that sort.
Even my bad, Ryan, cut you off, Mo.
no, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, even if it's not somebody new that you meet, and like even if you reconnect, let's say you reconnect with somebody you ain't talked to in like 10 years or whatever. It's no guarantee that it's going to be the same person that you actually it's not. It's pretty much a guarantee that they're not going to be the same person that they were 10 years. Now, that's not to say that they're going to be a worse person than, but you're not going to be the exact same person that you were 10 years ago. You don't know. Like my brother was in town. I'm not going to say no names on the podcast or whatever, but my brother was in town maybe like a few months ago, and he got invited to a game night, like with a few people that we went to high school with. And I went just to kick it or whatever. But it's like obviously I'm not expecting nobody to be the same people that they were in high school. I get that we all change, but it's like you see certain people change in certain directions, and it's like, okay, if I had let's say I just struck up a conversation with you on Facebook or whatever, and we agreed to link up, I wouldn't have even known that you act like this now. Like I wouldn't have known that this is who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still going off of who I thought you were. So it could be a situation like that where you reconnect with somebody that you think you know, and then you link up and it's like, oh bro, this not even like I shouldn't have even did this right here. Like the situation with the girl I told y'all about for like the third straight episode or whatever. But yeah, like it could go bad. So yeah, meeting new people or linking up with old people, like it's definitely, you got to be very, very careful before you meet up with people in real life in this era. Oh yeah, shout out to Vince Staples. I don't let nobody in my house.
Yeah, I mean, I feel y'all on that. I mean, I ain't never been somebody who lets people know where I stay or where and just let anybody over to the crib. Yeah, I'm usually a person like, you know, either we're going to meet up somewhere that's local, you know, or like I'll pull up to your crib, you know, but yeah, ain't never been too many people just popping out to my spot, especially like women, because I feel I always be having like the thought, man, like I do not want no crazy chick just pulling up at my crib because I'm like done texting her, or, just some craziness. And that's why I definitely don't let people know where I work for real either. That's just something that that be in the back of my mind when dealing with like women, especially. And thank God it's never happened. But I've definitely had that thought. I don't smoke anymore, but especially like people be just having the plug pull up all to their crib and stuff, and like y'all crazy. Like I don't know, like unless it's somebody that I really trust and know, I'm like, bro, just meet me at the top of the hill. I'll meet you at the gas station right up the road or something, because I be feeling like, man, you just never know with people these days. It's a crazy world out here.
Yeah. I wanted to go off of that. It's like, oh yeah. That's what I wanted to say. It was this one girl I used to link with in Atlanta, and every time like I would link with her, I would take out my cards, debit card, credit card, and stuff it in. I'm not gonna say where I stuffed it in, but I hid it. but before I went, before I went to see her in her place and stuff, and that was just because like if I go to the bathroom and my wallet's on the counter, or you know what I'm saying, or what if my wallet is in my pocket and you know like I'm leaned over or something, and then you reach in my pocket and you know what I mean, like I just always thought of that. So I was like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? They get my driver's license. Okay, I could replace my driver's license. Fraud, I could report immediately. It might take a little while to go through, but like at least they don't have my cards. So excuse me. So I don't know, like I think about all that stuff, bro, like all the time, especially like you say with dating and women, because like that's what I hear the most stuff with that. Like I hear the most stuff with women setting dudes up and everything like that. So like I don't trust it at all, bro. Like Tyler said that, on Chromacopia, never tell the ladies or those women where you breathe at. You're moving sloppy if you're getting sloppy where you sleep at. But yeah.
Yo, we really like we listen to a lot of the same music, because I swear to God, that same song was just like that literally that exact song was just going through my head when we was having this conversation. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because we say all this, but like you just said, like you went over to a girl's house, but you hid your stuff. Like we'll still put ourselves in a situation if we really if we want it bad enough, like we'll definitely put our lives at risk. You know what I mean? It's not a good thing, but it's I feel like
we live in an era, bro, of like online dating. You know what I'm
which is
saying?
crazy. Yeah.
Like I've linked. I don't know if okay, I'll say. One time I linked with someone, right? For the first time, like at like their place type stuff. Like that's the first time we ever linked. It wasn't at Applebee's. It wasn't at some. It was at their place type deal. Like it was not a public place. And I think I've done that now. I think about it like more than once. But like the first time was especially like, yo, this kind of crazy that I'm even doing this. So yeah, I mean that's literally the era we in, Jelani, bro. Like it's like we meet strangers off the internet.
I ain't gonna hold you. I have definitely linked at a shorty crib on the first link numerous times. And I guess I don't know, maybe I don't be really thinking too much about it. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, but I don't know. I guess because some of the chicks I be linking with, I don't feel that I have linked with. I haven't really felt too worried about that, but I don't know. Maybe it's something I should be more mindful of. Like, man, what is Shorty about to like set me up or whatever? But I don't know. I personally have never really got that vibe. But at the same time, I think it may just be me being, a little less cautious than what I need to be. But yo, that brings me, what's the craziest like when you went to a girl house for the first time? Like, y'all ever had any experience like, yo, this is your crib? Like, in the sense of like, the hell you got going on here, man? Like I remember with one girl in particular, man. I went to her crib. It was it was really after I met her at this club, me and my homeboy, and then her friend was on my homeboy, and then next thing you know, she kind of gravitated towards me, so we link in and stuff, and I went back to her spot that night, and mind you, bruh, shouldn't have went. I went from Marietta to Norcross at 2 in the morning, bruh. Crazy.
That's I've Ubered there before. That's crazy.
Yeah, dog. It was I don't know, but so yeah, so I get to the crib, man, and like I get there, and then I remember especially like the air was real dark in there. So then like I go into the bathroom and I see the bathroom. I'm like, what the hell? Like, yo, like what's going on in here, man? Like this place like a mess, you know? And yeah, like for real, like and then so we like we end up like hooking up and stuff, and then I was like at that point I'm a little lit, so like I didn't really put too much thought into it, but then I woke up the next morning and really just saw the crib, and I was like, yo, nah, like I can't even come back over here. This ain't it. Yeah, it was just Shreddy it was empty bottles of it smelled like cigarettes everywhere. Like I don't even mess with girls for cigarettes. Like that's when I knew I was wilding. But yeah, it smelled like cigarette smoke everywhere, empty bottles of liquor everywhere. It was just a mess in there. I was just like, I can't go. Man, y'all ever been to a girl crib and been like, yo, what the hell? Like this is the last time I'm coming over here.
Okay, so she was super cool. Like it wasn't her fault, and it wasn't even like the crib was dirty. It was just something that she did that was like, I know we probably not gonna link again. We posted up, we chilling, we cooling or whatever. Everything is smooth. Then out of nowhere, she pulls out a blunt wrap, like this I don't know, white owl, whatever it was at the time. She pulls it out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like we finna roll up or whatever. Like I smoke weed, cool, whatever. So we sitting there and I'm waiting for her to get the weed out and roll up. And she pulls her lighter out and she just starts smoking the white owl with the tobacco in it. And for non-smokers, like that might not sound crazy to you. Like they might like, okay, she's smoking. Listen, nobody in their right mind goes to the store and buys the white out with the intention of smoking it by itself. Like nobody, if anything, you get like a black if that's what you're doing, or you'll get a Lucy or something. Like it's nobody buys these cigarettes to smoke them. And she started smoking the black, the Dutch or the Swisher or whatever it was, and she smoked it. And she asked me if I wanted to hit it. I said no, I'm cool. And then I forgot that she had did that, and then she kissed me not too long after that. So the taste was still there, and it was just like, oh man, it's kind of just threw the whole vibe off. Like, yeah, it was bad, bro. I didn't leave or anything like that, but yeah, it was it wasn't a good taste. I'll put it like.
Yeah, Jelani, if a girl did that around me, I would definitely be like, yo, what the?
I've never, bro. I've seen somebody else do that one other time in life, and it was a dude, and I was like, okay, that's kind of crazy that you really hear smoking like a blueberry Swisher with no weed in it. But yeah, she threw me off with that one.
All right, what about you, Rashad?
Not really. I feel like everybody crib been pretty like clean for real, for real. I think if anything, it's more like you say, junky and kind of unorganized more so than dirty. I definitely think there's a difference. Like unorganized junky will be like, yo, folks, you know what I'm saying, got a lot going on. Say like, I'm trying to think of a way to like say if someone does hair, right? If someone does hair and like they got a lot of product, a lot of like kind of supplies and or whatever around. It's like, okay, it's a lot going on here, but it makes sense because you do hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like, dang, it's a lot of this going on, but I understand, this and that. Woo, your schedule's like this. Or you got pets, you got a cat, you got a dog. I get it. I think there's a difference between that and just outright dirty. And I haven't been to a girl's crib yet that was just dirty. Was there something that anyone ever did that I was like, okay, yeah, we never linking again after this? Really, is like, for me, I was talking about this earlier too, on a phone call, but it'd be like music opinions for real. Like, if you don't know, like, say if don't want to be starting something is on, and you ask me who is this, like, forget about it, bro. Like, this ain't gonna work. If you don't know who Carrie Hilson is, this ain't gonna work. Like, it's like basic music stuff to me that you just don't know, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's it for you. I'm sorry.
Did this recently happen? Because I feel like I don't think you would have just named Carrie Hilson out of nowhere.
The Carrie Hilson thing happened last night, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, so Master P, he performed his last show ever at Essence Fest last night. And it was my first time at Essence Fest, like a show. I've been multiple years. This is probably like my 5th year being at Essence Fest. It was my first time going to an actual concert at Essence Fest. My old coworkers, they flew back to Atlanta in the morning. So they had, their tickets for Sunday night. And they said, oh, you want them? I said, oh, yeah. So they left them at their hotel for me, and I picked them up. And thanks to them, thank you so much, Melinda and her daughter, Sky, I got to go to the show. So, yeah, Master P does his last show ever, and he brings out special guests. One of the guests he brings out is Carrie Hilson. Carrie is like doing her 3-4 hits, and in the middle of the third one, the person next to me leans over and goes, oh, is she signed to No Limit?
Okay, so here's the thing. She could have, obviously I know that she wasn't, but she could have been signed to No Limit like back in the day. She might have just been asking. This person just straight up didn't know who Carrie Hilson was at all.
Did not know who Carrie Hilson was, bro.
How do you know? This is what I'm confused about. Is this person older or younger or around our age?
Older than me. Yeah, older, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, how do you know who No Limit, like, how do you know what No Limit Records is, but don't know who Carrie Hilson is? I know it's not the same, obviously, but it's like,
right. But you saying like enough about music?
Yeah, you pay enough attention to Black culture
records, but you don't know who Carrie Hilson is.
Yeah, like Carrie Hilson has some pretty big songs back in her.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, this girl that, like I said, I met at Tyler Creator Show. I brought her up a couple times, I think, on a pod. I don't know if I ever had or like specified that I met her at Tyler Creator Show. Anyways, we had discussions where she would discuss like the live version that Tyler would do of specific songs, and we would talk about, oh, that's so-and-so on the background vocals of track so-and-so on Chromacopia. Like, it was deep, like, discussions about music, specifically Tyler, but like music in general. And so she spoiled me. And we were also like, I was texting her the moment that the Luka Doncic trade happened. And we were like going, what is going on? Like, we going back and forth with the audio messages. She spoiled me, bro. Like, when that was done, I was like, man, I got to go back to like, you know what I'm saying? Women who like don't even know like the basics of music. And I don't know, like, that is, yeah, man. So I don't know. For me, it's just like, if you don't get like a lot of the basic, to me, in my opinion, basic pop culture references and stuff like that, I think those are turnoffs for me. And another turnoff, I discussed this all in small group, by the way, Bible study like a couple hours ago. So, but another one was like, what was it? 2020. I've known this girl since 2017. Met her at NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists event. And So you know, we were talking or whatever, and somehow, some way, 2020, in the midst of everything going on, she was like, I identify as black and white. And I was like, yeah, but you look like a black woman. Like, to the cops, like, they will identify you as a black woman. Like, that's how they look at you. And she said, yeah, but I don't want to just, you know, kind of erase my whole mom side. Like, I love them as equally as much as I love my dad's side and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, so like, if someone asks you, like, are you black or white? What would you say? She said, I'm both. I'm mixed race. I'm like, oh my goodness. I had to cut her off after that. That was over it. And so we talked again a couple months later, and like we having a good conversation for about 30 minutes or whatever. And then it comes up again. And after all George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, the whole 2020, I say, okay, so like what would you identify? Like, would you identify as black? She still said no. Like, I'm proud of my white side. I'm proud of I couldn't do it, bro. Just couldn't do it. So it's like things that people say that like really turns me off more. Cause I haven't even been in a situation where I seen a crib that was dirty.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I definitely agree that, you know, for me, I was in a long-term relationship for a long time. I definitely, you know, there was this one girl that I had messed with that she was like super cool, but you know, you just when you talking to certain people, you just like I'm not really rocking with the way you think to an extent. And I remember it was what kind of threw me off with her was she had said that she used to always call her dad her sperm donor. And so I thought for the longest, I'm not even gonna lie, like, cause I knew her for a little minute before we really started like linking and stuff. So I'm thinking like her mom went to a sperm bank and got, you know, like that was her sperm donor, you know? And then one day she was just like, yeah, you know, my sperm donor had reached out to me and something. I was like, and I'm like, what? Really? Like I was really just like, whoa, that's crazy, you know? Like this the first time? Like, and she's just like, no, like, I mean, he just wasn't really in my life. And, you know, he's trying to be in my life now and this, that, and the other. And, you know, and I was just like, oh. And just the whole conversation, man, everybody's entitled to their opinion, how they feel about it. But I just remember talking with her about it, and I tried to give her some insight, you know, like, hey, man, you know, because I believe just because, you know, somebody, I don't know, time moves on and I don't know, none of us gonna be here forever. It just ain't no point in if somebody trying to make an effort and then, you know, she'll talk about like, yeah, he tried to make an effort like once I became like a teenager, whatever. But yeah, ever since then I was like, nah, I'm good. You wasn't here. And I was kind of like, oh man, you ain't gotta hold that resentment, and you know, and I don't know, like I said, but just the way she was talking about it, as I said, she kept calling him her sperm donor. I was just like, I just don't really rock with this, and you know, I think this just ain't gonna work. You cool, but no. Yeah, so I get what you're saying, like having certain conversations. But as I said, I was in a relationship for so long that, you know, I never even, I guess just to be transparent, you know, even like any girls that I messed with outside of my relationship, you know, I didn't really take them serious. So I didn't really think too much about like what you saying don't really matter too much, you know. Like, you don't know Carrie Hilson, you feel me? My girl does. Like, you know, like obviously keep it a fuck. That's bogus, but like, yeah. So
no, it's just the little things that matter,
right? But yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like that's a consistent thing with men is just us not caring about like certain. I mean, obviously you want somebody you could talk to and like relate to and stuff like that. But like, if a man sees 9 times out of 10, if a man sees a woman he finds attractive and she she don't have the same music taste as him. They don't have the same personality or whatever. But she with it. Like niggas is not. Most men is not like, nah, I can't fuck with you because you don't like Nas. Like that's like, it just don't go like that, bro. Like we'll compromise, like whatever music that you into, we'll find some middle ground. Like I'm not about to ask you a bunch of background questions. You know, we don't trip about stuff like that as much. But
What you mean you ain't heard Illmatic?
yeah, like come on, bro. But it can be a deal breaker, like in Rashad's case, where it's just certain, like it's just too obvious. Like you don't even, we don't have nothing to talk about. Like it's just fascinating to me because I think I think like all three. I haven't met. I think I met your mom like once, Rashad, and I think I met your mom too once more. But like I assume all of our parents are pretty cool. Like they kind of let us listen to the music we wanted to listen to growing up, stuff like that. Like it's people from our era that didn't have them type of parents that let them even listen to like rap or things like that. So they kind of grew up.
No, I won't allowed to listen to like V103 and all that, and I wasn't allowed to listen to like rap, like the CDs and stuff like that, like the explicit versions. I wasn't allowed to listen. I wasn't allowed to watch BET like 106 and Park and stuff. So like all my stuff from childhood was just learning songs through like class because all the kids would sing the hooks all the time.
Okay, all right, I didn't know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you found a way to access it though. Like
yeah, it was around the time of like I didn't even get to listen to music by myself until I was 14, 15, with headphones in 9th grade.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Because I felt like you was already like pretty knowledgeable. By the time I met you, I think I met you like my junior year of high school. I could be wrong. Junior or senior year?
Yeah. About junior.
Yeah, yeah. So by the time I met you, you were already pretty like into music by that point. I feel
no. Mo knows because Mo know me since 6th grade. He could tell you, yeah.
That's crazy. Well, you lucked out, and but my point is like it's some people who certain stuff for us like that would just be common knowledge that you wouldn't even think like nobody. Everybody knows this. It's certain stuff that they just completely missed out on it. Like they just never. It just never crossed their world. So you can have a conversation with them, and it's like, how do you not? Like I had a conversation with somebody who's maybe like 3 years younger than me. They had never heard of 106 and Park before. Like had never heard of it, never watched it. It just not, they were white, but they not like a super white person. Like they're a white person that be around black people that hang. So it was kind of shocking to me. Like how have you never heard of 106 and Park? But that's reality for some people.
No, 100% for sure. Mo, unless you had something else to add to that, I wanted to ask you guys in the same realm. Now I brought up the Doechii Miss Milan interview. That kind of like changed everything for Doechii and our public perception, and like kind of everyone loving Doechii to like men hating her and stuff like that online. Me personally, I see it as a red flag when a woman is, and we spoke about this, Jelani, a few episodes ago. But when a woman is extremely like public with being anti-men, I see that as a red flag. It was something I learned in 2017, my first job out of college at the Douglas County Sentinel in Douglasville, Georgia. Like, I would see people talk about everybody else that was working in the same environment. And I was like, when I leave, when I'm going, you think they talk about everybody else except for me? Like I'm the one exception in this office that nobody talks about when they not here? And that's when I learned. I said, if someone talking about everybody around y'all, they talking about you. So my thing is relating that to this. If a woman is talking about she hate men, the second she get an opportunity to, she gonna throw you under the bus and throw you in that category of ain't ish man and ain't this man, men suck men. As soon as you give her the chance to, you don't get no type of grace, you don't get no type of winner, you don't get no type of it runs right to manipulator, gaslighter, narcissistic, pink fried chocolate shakes. So do you guys see that as a red flag as well?
I do see that as a red flag. But it'd be weird, man. These women be talking like that, but a lot of it just be lip service from what I've seen. But I do feel like that is a red flag. There's this shorty, like I've told Rashad about the situation with the girl that used to come to the gym I was at. And, she would, it's just like, Brad, I see the way she posed about men, this, that, and the other, and blah, blah. But then when I see you in person, it's just like, that's not your energy, It's just, and I be feeling like a lot of this stuff be sounding cool on social media. And I feel like, even like I remember when I was working at Nobu, it'll be a lot of people, a lot of women that be kind of talking like that, like, yeah, men ain't this, men ain't that, blah, blah, blah. Like men are trash. And I just be like, all right, but you still going. Like let's just be real. Like, you can talk about how trash men are, but you still going for these trash men, bro. But I just to wrap up what you were saying though, I do agree that is a red flag when I see that, and that's why I like with old girl. Like I be looking at her post sometimes. I'm like, I know if we was to really get deeper, there will be some conversations that we would have that I know we would not really agree on. And like to be honest, like my ex was like that. Ashley, like, bruh, she used to, it just
the name drop is crazy.
I mean, I ain't say her last name. Ain't nobody know. But regardless, yeah, Shorty used to we used to have some debates, and she used to say certain stuff like, yeah, you are like, she'll feel like I'm like sexist and stuff, and I'm like, what? Just about like certain little stuff because of my, not even like I don't. And it's interesting because it's the same opinions I share with, like, I'm an open person, so I'm not just like at the crib with her. I'm just saying all this stuff, and then when I go out in public, like, it's like even with my homegirls, like I have a lot of homegirls, so none of them think, and I'm like, shorty, you date me, I'm not. It's just like, what? Just because I don't know. It's just certain things that that some women, but it's the social media aspect of it, and she was heavy into social media. And so I'm the type of person that is, I think sometimes one thing I've kind of learned about myself, I do feel like I sometimes play devil's advocate to certain things at times. Even when it's not even necessarily something that like I truly feel, but it's just to kind of make you think about the other side of things. And I think at times some people see that as I'm taking that side. And it's not necessarily that I'm trying to take the side of whatever this thought that I'm trying to bring to light, to just so you can see both sides of things. But it's just, I'm trying to say this is how, things are, or like, what if somebody thinks like this, X, Y, and Z. So, but now definitely, yeah. As I said, to answer your question, yes, I do feel like it's a red flag. I do feel like, but as I said, I do feel like, man, girls just be talking. So sometimes I listen to it, but then it's just, I see where things go. And I feel like a lot of that is the social media, man. People just be so locked into social media and the stuff that they see online, not really doing like, me
and we have to keep it I'm saying, honest and everything like that. It's men too, for sure, influenced by social media and like, oh, I ain't texting this girl back because she ain't, man, just text a girl back. Like, what you doing? I gotta wait 20 hours to text her back because she took 2 hours to text me. No, bro, just text the girl back, bro. Like, you ain't doing nothing. You just watching YouTube. You just finished playing with yourself, watching little Funk Flex freestyles on your YouTube on the TV. Text the girl back, bro. Go ahead, Mo.
No, facts. And I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves that I've ran into with women, that if I can tell that your opinion is formed off of something that you read on social media and not actually digging deep into the thing and actually being informed on what the topic is and what the side on both sides of things, I think that is one of my biggest pet peeves. And I think that's one of the things where a lot of this hate for men comes from, because your algorithm is going to show you what you're already looking at. So just how realistically, like, not to have a whole debate, but it's just like Rashad's algorithm is going to show him more Kendrick stuff. My algorithm is going to show me more Drake. And that's just like the realization of it, bro. I see certain things and I'll be like, all right, I could tell this is clearly like on the side of this. But that's because I may have already looked at something that was on the side of that. Maybe like a post or two that was on that side. And then they're going to show me more stuff like that. So, but that's just the algorithm shows you what you kind of already been, what you want to see, really, and I think
I'll probably get a 50-50 split, to be honest.
Okay.
I get a lot of OVO club community stuff that pops up on my timeline.
I do be seeing some, some stuff too. One thing I will say, quick side note, I like the new song by Drake. They're dragging it a little bit, just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I see a lot of on my timeline. It's just a lot of media sites are posting about it, but they've been posting about it since it dropped.
Do you think it sounds like the song I'm making a change today, it kind of the fame away, like you think so?
Yeah, it is similar. It definitely sounds like other Drake songs that I've heard before. Like, I like the song, but it's just, I don't know. Every day I'm looking at about like 3-4 posts, like different, like, oh, he said this line, and just the little stuff, and I'm just like, bruh, like, y'all kind of dragging it. Like, I know, I get it, this is, and I don't know if maybe it is paid. I ain't gonna be above it, like, saying
it ain't paid, man. Remember, Drake is the underdog. He shut out from the industry. Nobody rocks. He's got the big bad wolf UMG against him. The industry shut him out after the beef. Nobody likes him. LeBron James is dancing at the pop out. Nobody is Drake's friend anymore,
Nah, that's a fact. I guess, media, everybody just genuinely rock with the song, I guess, but yeah, I've been seeing a lot of posts about that song and then that Supermax song and just like the little lines. And I'm like, these lines ain't that crazy for me to see this on my timeline on Instagram like 5-6 times a day. But regardless, I do feel social media definitely gears where a lot of women see a lot of stuff where they feel like, yeah, men are crap, men are this, men are that, blah, blah, blah. And you keep seeing other women talk about it, so they really adopt that mindset. And
it also too, Mo, I'm sorry for cutting you off there, but like also the real life experiences. Because Dolce, if you remember, like, she had a viral video before she was like really, really famous because she used to do YouTube a lot and stuff of her ex. Yeah, like one of her exes was a dude and he holding up a joint, you know what I'm saying, and playing Russian roulette and things of that sort. And a lot of the women that like, I had a whole debate with a woman. I'm used to saying girl, like, but woman, a couple weeks ago, where she like reshared this thing that was like, we don't need men or something like that. And I was like, yo, this is the dumbest thing. Like I hate that this is a thing of like, you don't need men or you don't need women. Like, we both need each other. Like, that's the entire point of like humanity and existing. And I was like, we wouldn't even be here without men and women. And she's like, oh, you can go to the lab and get this. I was like, all right, bro. I was like, even if you are by yourself and you do nothing but like, I stay in the crib to myself, you Uber Eats, you DoorDash, you Instacart, you have a delivery driver. It drives to your house. Every single time is not a woman. Sometimes it's a man dropping it off. And then you go or if you drive to the store yourself, who supplied those, who made those products in the factory, who delivered them on the truck into the store and restocked the inventory and everything like that. Who was the cashier that helped you? There's a man somewhere involved in that process. Like, you can't say, oh, he don't need no man, he don't need no. I know women who do construction work. Okay, that's one woman versus you need men. You need men, and men need women. It is what it is. Like, this whole thing is dumb to me. It's dumb to me. What was the next thing? It was the thing we were speaking about. Oh yes. So I say, if you have bad experiences, one or two bad experiences growing up, and then, like you say, this is where most part come in. Now you introduce to people with anti-woman propaganda, anti-men propaganda, and that lines up to them two little heartbreaks that you had at 19. Rashad still ain't over it. Heartbreak at 19, everything like that. Then you like, oh man, you build up this whole kind of case, and now you got other people to verify your feelings of like, I'm still hurt from joining at 19. I'm still hurt from 17. I still have these scars and this trauma from. You got to imagine if you're a woman and you've been, how do you even say this on YouTube? If you've been,
Great.
If you've been lested by your uncle, if you've been lested by your cousin, if you've been lested by one of your classmates, if you've been lested by your father or groomed by your father, and then your first boyfriend, he abused you, your second boyfriend, he ST'd you, and then you thought you had a friend in college that was a man, and then he ended up raping you, right? If that's your experience with men, shoot, of course you're gonna be like, F men, all men is bad, because you just had a bunch of crazy run-ins. If you a man, okay, the first girl, she let you on, you thought she really liked you, y'all used to stay on the phone all the time until y'all fall asleep. You find out she got a boyfriend, and he like the popular dude, and he was like a middle of the pack kid. You gonna be crushed. Then you say you take a girl to prom and you think she into you. You go to prom, everything like that, and you find out that she took you to prom because she felt sorry for you. You crushed. If you talking to a girl, this, that, y'all talking on the phone, and you say, I think we should be more than friends. She say, nah, I don't really like you like that. You like a brother to me. You crushed. And then you see her go with the rich man, this and that, and you see woman propaganda say, woman, you need to demand 6 figures from a man. Why are you talking to a man? Why are you going on dates with a man for free? You need to be getting paid, ladies. You see that, you're going to be like, oh yeah, women don't want a nice guy. They just want a man with some money. They just want a man with some racks. So I think it's a combination of both your previous life experiences and the propaganda that you're fed by the algorithm. Both of those together create a monster that's an incel, or I don't know what the woman version of that is. I know they try to flip it into feminist. That's not what feminism is, so I'm not going to do that. But whatever the woman version is of an incel. And plus, learn the definition of incel. Incel is involuntarily celibate. Drake is not an incel because Drake is getting intimate. So you can't say Drake is an incel. You can say Drake is a woman hater, but he's not an incel. Academics is not an incel. He's got money, bro. He, you know what I'm saying? Not to eggplant watch, but you know what I'm saying? He's not an incel. He has access because he has money and clout. There's someone out there that is willing to lay down with academics. He's not an incel. He's someone who hates women. So we need to y'all need to come up with a new word or something, because that just ain't the word.
I don't really trip when women do like the men bashing too much, just because it's the same way where it's like when you look at, I know as men who might not like to admit this, but like when you look at who, or just over the course of history, like who has caused more harm like to the other gender, just from a physical standpoint, like men have harmed women way more than women have harmed us. I'm just saying from like a SA/domestic violence/ whatever, like men kill women way more often, harm women way more often. So from that point of view, I look at it the same way, like it's like the same way like it's black people. Like we could say we can complain about white people, we can say what we want, but it's like at the end of the day, we still only 13%. Like it's only but so much that we could do. It's the same thing with women. It's like they could bash and say whatever, but it's like the majority of the country, the vast majority of the world is still run by men and patriarchy, and still, you know what I'm saying. So I just look at it like them expressing themselves, and just I don't take it too much to heart. But there are certain times where you'll see a statement that's just so far left, or so however you want to say it, so far left, so far right, where it's like I can't even. You just sound nuts right now. Like you sound crazy. Like it needs to be a healthy balance. I think we have our jokes on Twitter, you know, as far as like your man bashing or whatever, but I think it does have to be like a certain balance in real life from both genders. Like, okay, you can have your complaints about the other gender, but you got, and you're gonna be in the real world with men and women. So it's like it ain't um it ain't I don't know. I just don't put too much weight into it because I know it ain't like it don't have no real effect on me if that, you know. But it does get annoying sometimes seeing the gender debates.
Another thing, Mo, before you go, another thing that's like no go. If you ever say, "Oh man, you know George Floyd was on some pharmaceuticals the day that he died," bro, we all seen. Man, I want to use another word, but I'll just use bruh. Bro, we all seen the 9-minute video of the officer with the knee on his neck. What is you talking about? He was on drugs. If you ever got a conspiracy like that, please stay away from it. It ain't gonna work. I'm sorry.
No, I feel you on that. Yeah, luckily, I mean, if we're talking about women saying that, luckily I've never ran into no woman that was on that type of time.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, no, that would be crazy. But yeah, man. But as I said, I agree with Jelani, man. Like you can't really pay it to no mind. I think it do be a red flag when I see certain women saying certain things, but at the same time, I kinda I'm gonna let it play out. I'm gonna see exactly if this is just you just talking, because a lot of girls be saying all this stuff and then they get into their soft girl era when y'all actually start talking. You feel me? So, but yeah, who is that?
All right, so I pulled this up because we have a snow bunny crisis on a woman's side. On the woman's side of things, this is a woman who says that most men in the Midwest believes that she's unattractive. I'll play it for you so you can go ahead. I'll let you draw your own opinion.
Being non-white in the Midwest is not for the weak. Being blonde and white is the ideal type. Like, I live in Iowa, and 90% of the population here is white people. Me, to you guys, like, you guys might be like, oh, you look so good. Fam, I'm like the bold pick. I'm an exotic pick. It's rough out here. I was born in Florida, and if I grew up and lived in Florida, I know that I would probably be a completely different person with completely different experiences, because this is humbling living out here. They would pick a 6 out of 10 white girl over Rihanna. You know, like that's the kind of shit people are doing out here. And then you have to worry about them picking you because of like a fetish. I just need me a Latina mommy, or I just need me a mixed baddie. I'm just trying to be with someone who loves me. It's also worse out here when like the guys that do like me are like the lowest tier human beings. And I'm so sorry to say that, but I'm saying like they contribute absolutely nothing to society. They're degenerates, or they're criminals, or they're just wilding. Like, what vibe am I giving off? My parents have always recommended to find our love elsewhere, and I understand why. It is dread out and barren out here. It's hard seeing people in different places that look exactly like you, and they're being treated like queens. And I'm like, keep your head high. Keep your head high, ladies. I'm keeping my head.
So Mo, initial reaction. What do you think this sounds like?
Definitely sounds like she is. I can feel her living in a majority white area, because they're going to, as you said, they're not going to want to really date too much outside of what they know. And I think when she talks about the ones that are not really contributing much to society and stuff like that, I don't know. I feel like she's talking about black guys. Um, you know, like yeah, they're criminals and this, that, and the other, or it's the white guys that act black or something like that. You know, not saying all the black guys are like that, but and then in areas like that, realistically, even the black guys, they grow up conditioned to like white girls. So, the problem is for real though, because in those situations, even if they find her attractive, she is an outlier. So, her being an outlier, if you do try to talk to her and there are other white girls around, that is going to be a reflection onto you. So if she doesn't go, like, let's say y'all don't work out, now that's going to be a reflection that's going to mess you up with all the other white girls that are around. And that is majority what you're going to see. Because I've been in those situations where, like, let's say you're around a bunch of, I remember I was in Dallas with my boy Pete, shout out to my boy Pete. He lives out in Dallas. So I was out there a couple years ago, and him and his girl have the same birthday. So everybody around was black. Everybody was black. But then there was like 2 white girls that was there that she was friends with, that she worked with or whatever. And I promise you, they were kind of trying to choose up on me, I think it was me and E. So we catching the vibes and let it just been, because it wasn't ugly, and let it just been us in that room, and it wasn't a bunch of black women there. I might have, went ahead, got their number, seen what the vibe was, you feel me? But I could just tell, I can look and see around all the other black women looking like, what you finna do? And so I had to curve them. I'm like, realistically, there's way more black women here. I'm going to be around these black women more than I'm going to be around y'all. Y'all are just here for this one night. Y'all not going to be at all the function that we finna go to for the rest of this weekend. I know I can't let this be my look right now, where I'm the one that went for the white girls in a room full of black women. So, I think that's kind of what she's dealing with as well, where you are the exotic, you're the outlier. But if a guy, whether it be black or white, if they try to go for you and it don't work out, now all the other situations that's around you, like all the other women that's around you, that's going to be a reflection onto you. And that may, leave you where they're not going to really want to rock with you for real. So, yeah, I can see that. I've never really been in that situation, thank goodness, where I've seen it where it's on the opposite end, where it's like more majority white. When I went to Southern, it was a lot of white people, but it's a decent amount of black people too. But I feel like seeing the situation that I was in Dallas, and there's been other situations where there's that one white girl that's in the group or something. You go for her around the black women are going to be like, nah, like you finna get looks, and they gonna judge you. There still might be a chance, but it definitely just got a lot harder. Like it went from all pro to all Madden quick. So, but yeah,
I feel like white boys they like black women. Like, well, I don't know if she's black. I think she was mixed with Mexican or something like that. The girl in the video, but I feel like white boys be liking black girls like in secrecy. Like I don't know if they, because you'll see whenever it's always like the joke that like whenever white boys date a black girl, they always date like a fine black girl, and then when black dudes date a white woman, most of the time it's not like that. Like it don't really be even trade off. So I do kind of find it surprising that just because I know one, a lot of white boys be like secretly liking black girls too. Excuse my French, but niggas will fuck anything. Like men will absolutely put their dick anywhere. Like it's not. I've been guilty of it myself before. So
Oh no, so will white dudes. So will white dudes.
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm using. I shouldn't have used niggas, right? I should have said men right there. But yeah, dudes are dudes. Yeah, I didn't want to make it seem like I was just talking about black guys. Yeah, no. Men will sleep with absolutely anything. So I do kind of find it surprising that she's having having trouble. For the listeners, this is a very pretty girl right here, but I don't know. It might be a thing where I've never been out to Iowa before, like, and this also just confirms my theory that like there's 10 out of 10s in every city in America. Like this girl right here is Iowa. She could easily. I'm sure she got some DMs from at least a celebrity or two when she posted this.
Yeah,
I
she was
guarantee.
oral farming for sure.
Oh, I guarantee you, like a backup running back for Chicago Bears or something. Like hit her up. You know what I'm
Eddie
saying?
Lacy was 100% in these DMs.
Yo, shout out to Eddie Lacy, bro.
Eddie Lacy, I like one time Kalani Rogers was showing her DMs. I don't know if it was. I think it was on stream one time, and like Eddie Lacy was like right in this like that middle of them. I was like, dang, Eddie.
That's
I mean, but I salute the shot. That's Kalani Rogers, man. Y'all know how I feel about Kalani Rogers. Shout out
yeah,
Kalani Rogers, man.
yeah. Not to get sidetracked, we've had this discussion before, but like, if your girl's bad, bro, it's no like it'll be somebody you never even thought about. You ain't like somebody who's like the third wide receiver on your favorite team 15 years ago hitting your girl up. Like it's crazy, dog. But yeah, she the whole racial dynamic like in these smaller towns it'd be very interesting. Like it's there's a large part of this country that's still like because we all grew up near a major city. It's a large part of this country that's like very they still like 20, 25 years in the past. So it's possible, but she might be capping a little bit.
She is lying 100%. What she means is the dudes that she's interested in, white men, don't want to be seen with her for the reasons that Mo said just a few minutes ago. She's lying, bro. This is cap. This is oral farming. It worked, obviously, because this video don't went viral. And you know, the video don't went viral. Let me see. On Twitter. This is just a repost on Twitter. This ain't even the original from the actual girl. The repost from Twitter got nearly 2 million views in a day. So, okay, that means she had at least 200,000 men today sliding in her DMs. At least on the low end, 10% of that 2 million done slid in her DMs today.
You about to
She
get
can't,
2,000.
oh,
What you
I'm
mean?
unseen in Iowa. Oh, they don't, I'm unattractive. She couldn't even say I'm unattractive because what she said at the end of the video, the men that I attract are at the bottom of the totem pole. How you gonna say I'm not attractive and at the end of the same video gonna say the men I attract? You think I'm stupid? You think I'm stupid? Stop playing with me, man. Here's another video too. This well, this ain't the video. This girl right here, Jenna Lavina, she like randomly popped up on my like recommended or related videos. So I clicked on it and I was like, okay, her advice is a bit flawed or whatever, but I like her delivery. She's stern in her delivery and stuff like that. I'm gonna subscribe. She young and black doing what she got to do. I'm gonna subscribe. So she went live one day, and I sent one of her videos to Mo actually because she was freestyling, and the freestyle was like just terrible. And I was like, man, I should probably just start freestyling to fill in some time for content. Anyways, back on topic. So I'm watching the live, and you know, all the comments are of course like, yo, you so beautiful. I'm gonna play the video so you can see her smile and whatnot. She got curly hair, a nice smile. Oh, you so beautiful, this and that. Ooh, ooh. She was like, thank you, thank you. And they said, what's your type? She said, my type. And then she was like, you know, da, 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 da. Somehow it got to her saying that she'll never date a dark skinned man. And like we was like, I was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, I'll never date a dark skin. And like she was like, yeah, it just came down from, you know, like my dad's a dark skinned man, but you know, he taught me this is what he told me himself. Like dark skinned men are more you know, statistically just more likely to abuse you. They commit more crimes. They I was like, huh? Like I just couldn't believe it. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, they're mad in the comments because like my dating preferences because I wouldn't date them." I was like, "Bro, shot it. I do not know you from a can of paint. I do not care what your dating preferences are. Like you're just unprovoked shot at the black community was just crazy for black men in particular. When you're black, like the self hatred is crazy. I'm saying all this to say these two right here who look the same, they both got the curly hair, the light skin. They look the same. It's a snow bunny crisis going on right now on the women's side. We already took care and acknowledged that the men have had a long running snow bunny problem, especially in the field of athletics and college football. Now, I'm seeing something of a trend that's happening with Midwestern mixed women of this snow bunny crisis as well. And it's just something I wanted to point out because it's like, we're like, why is this even still a thing? But maybe it goes back to the algorithm. If all you see is black folks fighting in the streets, black folks shooting at each other, black folks on the carnival cruise singing Win Whammy, which there's no problem with singing Win Whammy. I hate seeing the little clips that they post and they're like, look at these little chimps run around. I'm like, they're just singing a song, bro. Like y'all sing songs too. But like, I don't know. I think it's just enforcing this propaganda and we're seeing it like kind of flip back on us in real time. If anybody wants to comment on that.
Go ahead, Jelani.
Yeah, nah. Colorism is I feel like it's I don't know. I feel like it's not as socially acceptable as it used to be, but it's still like a very real thing. Like, and it's just so ingrained um into society. It's like it's almost like you can't even. It's almost like it happens unintentionally. Like you'll have like as a light skin dude, I never took light skin jokes seriously. It was never like they never really bothered my self esteem or whatever. But it was you still see people make like light skin nigga jokes and shit like that. Like it's just you know what I'm saying? Like it's like damn, bro. Like we still on that, and I don't trip about it. But it's like damn, dog. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's. I don't know if she capped or not. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked just because it's the internet, like TikTok and shit like that. It's kind of hard to. I can't really take. Ever since I started using TikTok a few months ago, bro, I'll be having to like. I gotta treat it like I'm watching like a fiction movie or something like that. Like whatever I see on there, I don't know if it's real. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? People are weird, bro. Something else that I've noticed, not to get sidetracked, like people will. I'll see a tweet go. Shout out to the licensing community. I'll see a tweet go viral on Twitter, like somebody who just tweeted or whatever. Somebody will repost it on TikTok with like their own video or their own picture, like they really said it. Like somebody will really just like the same exact tweet and just post it like it applies to them. Like it's like, bro, like I saw that tweet when it went viral on Twitter 2 days ago. Like, so I don't really be knowing what to believe on the internet, honestly.
That's a fact. Yeah, it's crazy colorism, man. You know, I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves. People who, especially black people, who only go for opposite race. And as I said, like, this is one of them things that I know we've kind of touched on before. But man, when you meet a guy or a girl that literally only wants to go for somebody of another race, then it's just be like, bruh, like, come on, man. And, you know, so that's where just even with just having that preference of, you know, I don't date dark skins and, you know, you only got to be a certain skin tone and this, that, and the other. Like, all that stuff is so stupid. And I think you just miss out on a lot of great people in those situations. But man, I had a situation one time, man. I was at the Battery, and you know, Battery is white people central. And I was at what is that place called? The place with the mechanical bull.
Oh, I've been there before too. I've been there a bunch of times. I don't know why it's pissing me off, bro.
I think what is it, Sport and Social?
Yeah, something social. Yeah.
Yeah. So man, I was in there one time, right? And so it was this one black girl with a group of white girls. So I ain't gonna lie. I tried to, like, I saw the black girl, but she wasn't really, digging the kid. So it's all good. I'm all about equality. So I went for the white girl. You feel me? But the white girl was just kind of like, she kind of curved me, but then was just like, yo, you should, like, my black friend that's right here, y'all should link, because it ain't too many of y'all in here. You feel me? So y'all should link. So I tried to go link with Shorty. Shorty was not going. You could tell she was like, I don't like black guys. And it just really threw me off. I was just like, bruh, you really, I'm not saying I could get curved. I'm not above that. But getting curved because you only like white guys, that's crazy. But I think it's all about as I kind of said earlier, it's about the environment that you're in. Because if that's what you majority are, like, that's what you're usually around. And so, if you end up with that one black guy, and then where there's all these, Todds and Tylers around, you go for the Maurice. It's they gonna notice that, but
I feel
she
like we
got
went down.
pretty ass, but she ain't all that. My bad. What are you finna
Oh
say?
no, you good. I was gonna say, I feel like we went to high school with some girls like that, like some black girl, because we had like so many suburban kids that went to our school. I feel like I definitely remember there being like certain black girls I knew who, yeah, they just didn't mess with black guys. They just only for whatever reason, and it mostly, like I said, if you're a black girl and you grow up in like an all white neighborhood and you go to our school wasn't predominantly white, but we had a lot of white people, and we had a lot of, especially like the black kids because we had black kids that lived in nice neighborhoods at our school. So like, it might just be only like 2 or 3 y'all that live in the neighborhood or whatever. So yeah, you might end up having, like
My favorite thing about being
I apologize, Alani.
Oh, no, yeah, you good.
I was literally just trying to bring up the video and like pause it so I could see the comments, and then the audio played automatically. Continue.
Oh yeah. No, I was just saying, like, it's I definitely have encountered some black girls like that where it's like they only, for whatever reason, they only into white dudes, and it's always fascinating because they either be like bad as fuck or completely cooked. There's no in between. Like, they either look like complete dimes, or it's like the Candace Owens of the world. Even though she's not ugly, she's not. Let me clear. She's not ugly. She's not ugly. She's not ugly now.
We talking about Candace Owens? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
now she not.
Yeah,
No.
I'm in between Candace Owens and this woman right here. Like Mari said, she all right. She not ugly though, and she definitely got the prototype that dudes would go for. Like, she, as a light skin, especially with some like different color eyes, you can get away with being average looking just off the strength of being light skinned. Like, dude's gonna be like, oh, she bad, she light skinned with curly hair, and the girl not even that bad. She just average.
Right.
Now we really talking. But
So look, I was gonna say,
go ahead, Mo.
Maturing is learning that just because they light skin doesn't make them bad.
Huh?
I think that's something that as time went on, I know for myself, I'll be honest, I love me a good light skin. But then as I've gotten older, you just realize, like, because a girl like this, you'd be like, damn, she fine as hell. But then, as I said, when I really started seeing her photos and stuff, I was like, she all right. Like, she cool. Like, she got some pretty eyes.
Well, when I was 16, I probably would have been like, oh, man, look, I loved Tinashe when I was 15, 14, 16. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably still love Tinashe right now. I just got used to her because she been famous for so long in the spotlight for so long. But I used to love Tinashe. I would have went crazy over her, but like you said, this is part of maturing, bro. Like you start to see real beauty and everything like that. The older you get, and you're not so like kind of brainwashed from the rap songs that we grew up listening to, where it was like, yeah, red bone bad, foreign chick bad. I got a red bone and a light skin, like that's just what we grew up on. The reason why I looked through her social media is because she got 27,000 followers on TikTok and Instagram. Like, come on, like stop lying, bro. Stop the cap. You can't lie to me and say, "Oh, woe is me." They all think of
Being
okay.
non-white.
This is the one right here. You do not belong in Iowa. Get the f out. Hold on. Let's see the comments. You're a 10 out of 10. Okay, let's not lie. Green eyes, freckles, long black curly hair with a nice voice, and isn't out of shape. Oh yeah, he hates women. Girl, just move to Chicago. We will find someone and we will fight to be with you. Way too pretty to live in Iowa. Not gonna lie, you should be in Cali. How you gonna tell someone where they should live just because of how they look? As a black girl in Iowa that grew up in a predominantly white area for the longest, I thought I was ugly. Should I do it?
It's crazy that Cali comment got almost 3,000 likes. Everybody like, yeah, she should be a Cali.
They say, girl, you need to move. And
Like
you see the way you look.
Like it's not ugly girls in Cali too. Like,
Bro.
there's ugly people everywhere. Like,
As a non-white girl in Iowa, the amount of people calling me exotic is freaking crazy. That's just insane. Like, you're gorgeous. That guy. Is this a Mexican or a white dude? We'll
White
see.
dude.
It's a white dude. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely fits that meme of the dude on the pool talking to the black girl. Like, that's definitely him right there. But yeah, I never been with a black girl before. Goodbye. Iowa white guy right here. I must not fit into the same category because ain't no way I'm choosing a white girl over Rihanna.
Okay. All right. We're done with these comments.
Yeah, we got to pick me here.
he's trying
All
to
right.
say his name.
Hey, yeah, shoot your shot, brother. Shoot your shot, Jake Ryan. All
That
right.
boy said over a Rihanna. She is not a Rihanna.
No. She said in the video, she said in Iowa they would choose a 6 out of 10 white girl over Rihanna.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what she said.
Okay. I thought he was calling her.
No. He's
I
not
was like,
calling
all
her.
right, my boy.
No. They being realistic. But I seen the leak tree, Jelani. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little nervous at first. Yeah, y'all seen the girl get pimped out, and she was talking about she got pimped out on OnlyFans. Just, I only saw it because someone was talking about it in a group chat, and I said, "What? How's that even possible? Like, how do you even like? It's just a social media profile. Like, how does that happen? If you're not doing collabs, if you're just doing all solo stuff, like, how do you get pimped out? Like, I don't understand it." But like I said, I don't understand a lot of stuff of like the underworld and the dark side of SW and things of that sort. Like I don't get a lot of it. But yeah, have you guys seen it?
No,
Some of these girls be having. I'm not sure if that's her case, but some of these girls be having. They'll have like a dude running an account or whatever. Like, I guess they just take the pictures and they'll have somebody like handle like what captions to post and what videos to sell, for extra money and stuff like that. So it could be a situation like that where, I don't know, somebody cutting into her funds. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. That's who I thought you was talking about. And I feel like it'd be kind of crazy for me to just know her Twitter name off the top of the dome. But I did see her on the timeline. It was saying something about like her doing coke or something like that. Like,
Yeah, I saw that too. Like this is stuff like I'm literally looking at this for the first like in depth for the first time right now in real time. Because I've seen like the pimp thing I saw, and then I seen someone do it was like a meme, like, oh, it said make $1 million or snort a line of coke, and then someone like quoted her, like they put her picture up there, and I was like, dang, she must have had something with her doing drugs.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, doing coke in 2025 is crazy.
Like, Jace from 2-9, he said, yeah, Coke as an addiction, terrible. Coke as a leisure, like every once in a while thing just for the thrill, amazing. And I was like, let's not normalize this, guys. This is a lot of stuff I just feel like is normal. That dude got 4 BMs and 4 other kids he don't take care of at all. I used to date one of his BMs last year, and his mama be watching them kids and helping because he won't. He lame, a llama. I don't know. I'm not about to take care of your sheets. It's crazy. He also has a stalking charge, llama. She posting all of this stuff. She airing it out, and this is 43 minutes ago. She's still going. He only got 1 kid on the gram. It's nasty work. He need to handle his business. There it is. This is the tweet. You offer $15 million to do a line of coke. What you doing? And then they quote tweeted her page. I have no clue what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, me neither.
But yeah, I don't know. Some crazy stuff be happening, dog. 60K. Oh yes. So apparently, Mo, this whole thing came out because she was mad that the managers of her account took like 60K from her. Like they were withholding 60K. I don't know what, I'm saying, all kind of went down or whatever. And to go to Jelani's point, like this girl she already had a following. You see right here, 160,000 followers. This girl went viral because she had a tweet that was like, y'all favorite chef in my DMs. And that blew up Twitter for like a week. She had at least 70,000 followers at that point. I feel like if you have a platform with over 20,000 followers, what you need a quote unquote manager for some, spicy content like that? You don't need it. You could have did that independent, you know what I'm saying? Shout out. What was that? Was that me?
That's what been you. I wasn't muted. I mean, I was muted.
That was me. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was like, I was tweaking. Yeah. But yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff. And she posting screenshots of their little bank statements and I don't know, man.
How do we get here? Like how like just in general society, like how do we get here to where this is like? But that goes back to what we was talking about earlier. We was talking about people be linking up with strangers. There we go. Like people, y'all be meeting people off the internet, and you like, all right. I mean, I do OnlyFans. They, you know what I'm saying. Y'all work in the industry too. Next thing you know what I'm saying. People on Twitter calling you a cokehead. Like it's a very slippery slope. I don't even know. Like you said, I don't know what the full story. I seen her arguing with another person I know, and as a sex worker too, saying that there was like a party together, and she was on coke and she was wilding. Like, hey man,
this whole thing is I'm confused by it. I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna have to do my research.
Yeah. I wish, like, that's the one thing about Twitter. If you're not caught up with like the original tweet at the base of everything, it's all just kind of like a bunch of general jokes and you don't know what's going on and you're kind of like out of the loop of the joke.
Especially when they start deleting the tweets.
Yeah. You're the first person to get CTE. You in a reply saying you didn't get to do it for the money because you found her attractive and you mad at receiving the 10-piece. No other app is going to give you this. Oh, lost custody of his daughter too due to the coke. Sis is okay. I get it now. What is going? Okay. All right. That's enough. I guess I'm not gonna find it in real time here. What's next? We're coming to the end now. We're approaching 2 hours. What else you guys want to talk about?
So I saw this thread post, and it was the most iconic term used from a rap song that was then integrated into everyday life. And somebody has said "Stan" by Eminem was, the most popular. And so then I was looking through the comments, and they it was a good little list that I feel Stan is definitely up there, but it was interesting. Like somebody said bling bling, YOLO, cream, sprung. Somebody said bootylicious. I've never really heard nobody really just be like, damn, that girl bootylicious. But you know, hey, at the same time, I wasn't outside in 2003. You feel me? But yeah, but I don't know. Like, I guess, what would y'all say would be in y'all opinion, the most iconic term from a rap song? That crunk is a good one too. I was like, now, you know, I guess we got what the helly, what the helliante, what the helly berry, you know.
I don't know.
Dang, my
Dang,
boy cut
Jalama.
out.
Dang.
All right, well,
I had to say for like probably the mid 2010s, early 2020s, lit is up there. What else? What else would I say that's like crazy? Oh dang, of course it did that.
but I
What
think,
else? Oh,
but I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, like, lit was already.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel,
it was already a thing.
yeah. So like, I feel like something that wasn't really a thing like that became a thing after the song came out.
YOLO. YOLO's the one that stands out the most to me, like off top.
Yeah,
YOLO is like people still use YOLO if you above a certain age.
right.
Baller, this, nah, ice. Yeah, ice is used a lot. Beef, dope. Move that dope. Flex, bay, bread, trill, cheese, kicks. Was kicks really not used before, like it was used in the song? I think about all the other kids with the pumped up kicks. You better run, better run.
Yeah, that was definitely the song that put it on the map.
Yo.
Yo, what did you put to say, Jelani?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I feel like just the word "yo," like I don't know what the first rap song that was that appeared in, or like, but "yo" is. I feel like that's like an OG. Like that might have been there from like day one of hip hop. That word, I feel like it's transcended like region. Like like people from all over the country say that, like just to get somebody attention. Like I don't know what the first song was that came in, but I think that's definitely has to be uh that has to be like top three.
No, facts. You know, I think during I guess, the late, before 2010s, um, the late 2000s, what is it? Looking Ass Boy. You know, when that
Yeah.
was out, everybody was kind of, you know, looking at, like, you know, stuff like that. I feel like it was already a thing, but they definitely took it to another level.
100%. It changed roasting forever. When you think about grinding the beat, just kids doing the beat on the tables and stuff like that, that was a crazy gesture. My bad. With the frame. So
Grinding. Facts.
yeah, but like I don't know. I felt like for me at my age, that was like the introduction to like kids making beats on their desk in class.
Yeah, y'all remember when kids used to have their pencils? They'd be sitting there.
The kids that do it with the two pencils, bro. Them be the hardest beats too. I was like, oh my gosh, they killing it.
Bro, I remember making a drum desk beat to you remember from the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack, the Shake Your Tail Feather, Nelly and Murphy
Bro,
Lee.
Georgia State band loves that song, dog.
Bro, I remember being a kid when that song came out and being in class, like making a desk beat specifically to that song, like, and feeling like very accomplished. Like, yo, I just came up with like my own little remix for the song or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if kids still. I don't know. There's certain stuff like that. I'd be wondering if the kids still do. But are these just like slang terms in general, or are they saying they got them from specific songs?
First popularized to rap songs that made it like into the culture.
Because it's no way to quantify some of this stuff. Like I'm looking at some of these terms, I'm like, bro, I feel like some of this stuff was already in pop culture, and then I don't know, a rapper might have used it. Like Like I can't think of no rapper that used glizzy that popularized it. I feel like it just well, glizzy used to mean something different. Like they say here, it used to mean a gun, but now in our era, it's a hot dog or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Stan is a great one though.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't
Stan.
like the rap that hot dogs have got over the last few years, man. Like,
Yo, it's certain things, bro. I'm just like, I don't care what y'all say, bro. I'm gonna eat it, bro. Like, pause. Like bananas. Like, I'm not about to eat a
Whoa.
banana like this just because like the internet told me to eat a banana like that. I'm gonna eat a banana just like how I always been eating it.
how
And I'm
you eat a
not gonna
banana, bro?
reenact how I eat a banana without an actual banana.
Nah, I feel it, bro. I mean, I don't know, but banana be looking kind of crazy eating a certain way. You feel me? So by me, hey, do you, my boy? But I do feel, I do agree with that though. Like the hot dog stuff, man. It just the glizzies and oh man, you at the function eating glizzies. Like, yeah, I'm at the function eating glizzy. Pause. You feel me? Them things be hit, man. I love a good hot dog.
Hey, pause, but it kind of honestly it really depends on how you eat it. Like, cause if yeah, that was super crazy. No, I definitely had to pause it. Because if you just you take a quick bite, like it ain't even that like it's cool. It's just it's normal. You know what I'm saying? But if you like you really go crazy, like you take a big chomp of your hot dog or your bruh, you absolutely look nuts. Or I'm gonna tell you this: if you're a grown man and you eating a popsicle in public, and you not like that's another food you got to eat a certain type of way. Because if you try to just like deep throat your popsicle, you look nuts, bro. Like you can't. You got to lick it. Pause. This conversation is nuts, right?
Nah, facts. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, eating a popsicle in public these days looks crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, because it's yeah. Because
It's no way. Yeah.
you can't, unless you finna just bite it off. Pause. It's just like it's just you gonna look crazy just sitting there like licking it and stuff. It's all
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
No,
Yeah.
so y'all not talking about the little sickles, bro, where you got the little plastic wrap, you cut the tip. Part
Nah, I'm talking about the
it just
actual.
gets crazy and crazy. Oh, you talking about like the push pop? No, you
Yeah,
talking
something like that.
okay. You talking about like ice cream gets crazy in public, like an ice cream cone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about the actual popsicle.
yeah.
Both you look nuts though.
Both
You
is
could look-
crazy.
You can look nuts either way.
Because you got to think like with the ice cream with the ice cream cone, you got two options. Either your hand is about to be drenched all over with like some white substances and everything like that. Hold on, let me see.
They're in the background killing it.
Yeah, I know they on their job on it. What that is? Oh, the pops.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about these. You look
Yeah.
crazy.
You look
eating
nuts. You look nuts.
Yeah.
Because it ain't you can't just, as I say, unless you literally just biting off a piece, which is gonna give you brain freeze.
Right, yeah.
You finna, because when you was a kid, it just is what it is. You gonna.
Oh yeah, because these you gotta like.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah. You can't just. You can't, yeah. It's no way to do that in public without looking absolutely nuts, bro. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, bro.
You guys just hope you're around some mature people.
Yeah, you gotta hope on that one because I doubt it. I ain't gonna hold you. Somebody start eating a popsicle like that next to me, bro. Like, hey, yo, like what?
Yeah, I'm not that level of maturity yet.
Facts.
They trying to like they get it to the point where all the flavor out and it's just like white, like white like the ice. I said, dang, bro, you was in there on it.
Right.
Sucking on that.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, that's crazy, bro.
But like I said, with the ice cream cone, bro, you either gonna have the ice cream all down your your elbow, your hand to look cool, or you're gonna like give up the coolness and keep it clean, keep it going before it melt down. And if you do that, you're gonna look crazy.
Yeah, man.
So you look crazy either way. So I think the lesson we learned here: no ice cream in public if you're a man, unless it's in the cup, spoon. Keep it simple.
Right.
Or you got some napkins or something.
Facts.
But it
You
is
said
crazy.
you got some napkins. You just let it drip down into the napkins on your hand.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No, but it is crazy because that wasn't a thing. Like, I feel like even 5 years ago, like wasn't nobody tripping about that. Like nowadays,
It was because they changed the name to Glizzies. When they changed the
Yeah.
name to Glizzies, like it just made it sound crazy. It said, "Wow, you really deep throating the Glizzy." Like it's never been like it's always been my whole life. 4th of July, hot dogs and hamburgers. I can't wait for the summer. Hot dogs, hamburgers, get on the grill. Now it's like, bro, you a grown man eating a Glizzy. Like they done made hot dogs gayer than hookah.
Yo,
That's
y'all think
crazy.
hookah gay?
That's a fact.
I,
said
I
I
think
think
I think hookah does look zesty, bro. But I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think that until the internet said hookah looked zesty.
I know. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad, bro.
Nah, go ahead. What you finna say?
No, the reason why I say no is just because I know that that's like, if you it's almost like a mandatory thing now. Like if you out in the club or wherever, you got a section like you gotta kind of get the hookah. You know what I'm saying? Or if you throwing a party, like women be wanting the hookah. So I understand that, but I did hookah maybe like 2-3 times in my life. I got like a bad headache. I didn't understand the point. I was just sitting there like, it wasn't bad. It was cool. It was just like I didn't really. I was like, all right, I kind of would just rather smoke weed, but I don't think it's gay per se. That's kind of crazy when niggas be like, I seen Saucy Santana say that one time in an interview, which was hilarious. But he was saying that niggas that smoke hookah are gay, which I mean the jokes write themselves.
Yeah. So look, personally, I like hookah. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But after I seen some people say something, it was a point where I was kind of like, I don't know, like do I look crazy? But then but every time I've ever gotten hookah is usually with some women around. So women they smoking it and they pass it to you and then it's just like, all right. But yeah, I don't know. I rock with hookah. So like if I'm out, I like to get a little hookah and just be sitting there chilling, smoking on it and whatnot. But yeah, the internet they definitely tried to get that out of here, make it seem like I saw a girl talking about like, why you just sitting there blowing smoke out your mouth? Like it's like, dang, bro. Okay, that's crazy.
That's the exact we really do think is that dog. We have the same brain. I swear to God. I was just about to bring up that picture of Ice from Joe Budden podcast with the three tips in his mouth.
Yeah, that's OD.
I remember him talking about that on the pod. He said that was before they could mix the flavors, so he was trying to do it manually. But yeah, it's a crazy picture.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I had what really got me into hookah, man. I used to talk to the girl who was a former hookah girl, and so every time we went out, she always wanted to get hookah. And then, and I feel like there's been a couple times before that where I got hookah, I didn't really rock with it. But then she would always make sure the coals and everything was like perfect. Like she would sit there and be like, no, hold on. Like, hey, come back over here. Like we need some like extra aluminum foil. We need this. Y'all need to do X, Y, and Z. And she showed me little stuff that, cause sometimes when the smoke builds up, like if you just blow into it, it'll blow out, which will kind of help where it doesn't be so harsh on it. And it's like little stuff like that where like I started learning. I was like, okay, I kind of rock with this. And then from there, I was like, yeah. And then as I said, a lot of times when you go out, girls love hookah. So, but them hookahs be expensive, man. $50 with a $35 refill. Like, be like,
That's
man,
crazy.
yeah, man. That's why I be trying to, when I go out, I'll be like, let's split the hookah. You feel me? Like, it's like darn near like buying a bottle in the club these days. I can't.
Oh, go ahead, Mom. My bad.
I was saying we can't hear you.
Oh yeah. I was singing DDG song because DDG had the music video where he was dancing and then the Shea Frost was there and the Shea Frost was smoking hookah in the music video, and so I was just singing a song that it was on. That was it. It wasn't nothing deeper than that.
Yeah, I feel like hookah. I feel like hookah was at like its peak of popularity when Obama was president. I don't know why, but like 2012 to like 2008 to 20, that feels like the hookah era. Like,
That was the first time I ever like heard of and kind of seen hookah. It was like
you had the Young Thug. Well, that was a Tiger song actually. Pass Me the Hookah.
But that was like you said at the end. Pass Me the Hookah was 2014.
Yeah, it was like 2014.
Man,
I never liked that song, by the way.
What?
And I love Thug, and I like Tiger. I like certain, like Tiger had a run. Tiger had like a 2 or 3 run where I was fucking with Tiger, but I never liked that song.
Yeah, I rock with Pass Me the Hookah. I ain't gonna hold you. Not just because I like hookah, but like just because I like the song. That was before I ever tried hookah. But yeah, man. Now people. Now I feel hookah is definitely. I think it's more popular now because now people got the portable hookahs. Like you can get. There's multiple different types of portable hookahs, but there's the ones where it's literally like you don't have to have the coals and everything. It's just a little cup. You set it up somewhere and just hit it right then and there. And yeah, it's there's some people who are definitely. I know there's one girl that's like, if we go out anywhere or any type of functioning, or we could be at somebody's crib, there has to be a hookah there. No ifs, ands, or buts. And if there's not one already there, she's going to bring her own. And it's I don't know. People be kind of OD with it. But I said, like, I rock with it, if you get a good flavor. I don't like them super fruity flavors, though. I like a good, like, freeze or mint or something. Like, I'll do, like, a blueberry mint or something, but I ain't finna do no strawberry with pineapple or nothing like that. That stuff be crazy.
Well, Mo, you back in the metro area for good?
Yes, sir.
All right, for sure. We gotta. I know it's like an off-camera conversation, but we gotta. I couldn't link with y'all the other weekend, unfortunately, but yeah, we gotta link up on these weekends, bro.
Bet. That's a bet, bro. Yeah, we definitely gonna link up and we'll get it in, man. It's gonna be a vibe.
Hey, before we get off here, y'all. We had like the rap beef of the century last year. This year we having the streamer beef of the century. Between Reggie and DDG, man, what side y'all on? Baltimore versus Michigan.
What was discussing is that I feel, we both kind of feel they both were doing a lot. I think DDG should have been the bigger person. But yeah, I think DDG should have been the bigger person. But Reggie, with him starting it, he should have never started it. So it's like they're both in the wrong here. Whose side I'm on now? At this point, neither, for real. I can't even lie, because I don't really, because especially with Reggie, I didn't like how, I don't know, I think it's corny to sit there and just continue to troll somebody if you're not finna really, because I don't know, I'm not a super confrontational person, but if I got an issue with somebody, it's really they offer like, let's just box it out or something, I'm gonna be like, let's box. If I'm not trying to box, I'm not trying to do all that, then I'm gonna leave it alone. But then he just went like, I'm not gonna box you, I'm not gonna really take on that role, but I'm finna just troll the crap out of you. And I'm like, that's kind of corny to me. I didn't really like that approach to it. But yeah, I think they both in the wrong. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not really on nobody's side for real. I ain't gonna even hold you. How you feel?
The real beef is Duke Dennis versus Tylell James. They blew up that man's house, man. Them boys was fighting, man. Y'all seen that? That was crazy.
Was they really fighting?
Yeah, because they blew up the house.
I knew they blew up the house, but I didn't know if they was like really.
Nah, them boys, because it's like I don't.
Did my boys' internet go out?
I guess so. Yeah, from the clip that I saw, it looked like they were. I saw them. It seemed like they were real tension, but then it wasn't. It really didn't go nowhere. So it was just kind of like they were just sitting there, kind of wrestling a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. It seemed like they was just like tussling or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know the whole situation. I don't really. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not with them, you know.
But they all stay out in Cobb, right? I could be correct. I think they all stay in like East Cobb, like East Marietta.
Yeah. Oh,
my bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say they do stay in that area. They over by Lassiter.
Yeah, so y'all over in that's not
the
area to
be. It was crazy. The internet just went out. I'm on my hotspot.
Damn.
Yeah, it just went out on me. So but yeah, like I was saying, it was crazy, bro. Like I don't think you can fake what was going on, because it's like, imagine if someone just burned down and broke all your personal belongings. Like, you're gonna feel the way regardless how much money you have. So yeah, them boys was really fighting. But on the DDG Reggie side, yeah, I echo what Mo said. No one won because the beef started from Reggie being tender about his girl. Like, it was just crazy. Like, you ready to fight dudes and call dudes out their name because they commented on the situation you brought about your girl to the internet. He was like, just mind your business. You a grown man, and it's like, bro, you brought the business to the internet. What are you talking about? So I wasn't on Reggie's side because of that, and I wasn't on DDG's side because he just kept dragging it, and like, especially when he started talking about his dead dad, and and took the pictures with the fans and was like, all right, on 3, everybody say Reggie Daddy. Like, I'm like, bro, come on, bro. like that was wild. So yeah, I think no one won here. Both of them kind of went away looking like losers. DDG finally shut it down after mad people was just telling him for days to like just let it go. He was still trying to run it up for the sake of making money, but it was just kind of dumb. All of it was dumb. And like, my thing is, bro, you always gotta, if you want to say something about somebody on the internet or in person, you have to be able to say it to their face. And if you're not going to do that, then don't say it at all. Just keep it to yourself. I'm with the full belief of that. Every single day I get on the internet and I talk about a bunch of people, and a lot of these people I have to eventually run into in person. Like, I made 2-3 videos about Zoe Spencer. I met Zoe Spencer this past weekend. Like, it's inevitable to see these people. So you just have to like, okay, am I willing to say this to this person's face? And if you aren't, keep it to yourself. So in the case of Reggie, he might say it to DDG's face in the name of being a content creator and a comedian, but like what if he beats you? You know what I'm saying? But you're not willing to throw hands for it. So it's kind of like everything you're saying is irrelevant. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, we need peace in the streamer community. Yeah, they both took it a little bit too far, but I don't know, man. It's just, that's the thing about the streaming, is that it's almost like you can't get it's almost like you can't get like a normal reaction out of people a lot of the times, even if it's like a subconscious thing, because it's like they always know, even if in real life, if they didn't even want to escalate it that far, like, you got the people watching, so it's almost like you feel that pressure to take it to the next level as far as going back and forth, versus I'm sure that they didn't even have because I seen somebody on TikTok put together like a timeline of how it started. It really was just like DDG had made a joke about because I guess Reggie was mad that his girl had posted like a Cash App repost or something like on her Instagram or whatever, and he just made like a little joke about it, and then of course Reggie brought up his kid and all that, and then it went from there. But yeah, man, shout out to the streamers, man. They the new they like the big celebrities right now, so it's crazy that it's what that whole industry has turned into.
Shout out A&P, but I'm not going to Target to get the A&P products. I'm not going to Target to get
Yeah,
Duke
why would
Dennis
they?
deodorant.
Why would they do that? Like,
I don't know, man. They like the deal had to be in place like months ago or something like that.
yeah, I'm not. That's kind of crazy.
I'm not going to Target to get Duke Dennis deodorant.
I'm not going anywhere to go. I just can't see myself asking somebody. I could be at like Dollar General. I'm not asking somebody like, "Yo, y'all got the Duke Dennis deodorant?" Like, that's kind of crazy.
The Duke Dennis deodorant. Go ahead, Mo.
Oh nah, I ain't had none. My
This
bad.
was the real beef to me of the century, bro, for streamers. Bruce and DDG. This changed almost everything. I think
Yeah,
DDG and Soul Illuminati also changed a lot of things, but this one changed a lot too. When Bruce ran up to the camera and said, "Gun to the back of your head, name 5 DDG," that ruined DDG's music career, bro. Like DDG, that's why he celebrated Pink Dread so much that he caught another hit. Because like his music career was like done. It was done after he said, "The gun to the back of your head, name 5 DDG songs." And people couldn't do it because it's like, who can name 5 random songs of any random artist? Like I can name 5. Let me see if I can name 5 Young Boy songs right now. Nevada, I felt like I'm Gucci in 2006. All the diamond. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me the name. Don't never let. Make no sense. Make no sense. Nevada. Um. I said right foot left. Ooh, walk it with that heater. That's not the name of the song. What's the name of the song? I said found it. See, I know the songs. I just don't know the names of the songs. But that's the point. I can't name 5 titles of Young Boy songs, but I know 5 Young Boy songs.
Yeah, I can definitely name 5 Young Boy songs. RP Dump, I Am Who They Say I Am, Untouchable, trying to think, I don't want to Hot Now, and Casey Talk.
I'm all you say I am. Jelani,
It's a
can you
great
name
song.
5 Young Boy songs?
I can actually. I had like a real. I'm not gonna say I was like super early on Young Boy, but I was actually pretty like I got on a Young Boy like summer 2016 around that time, that's like around the time he started blowing up, but it wasn't super crazy. I don't feel like it got super crazy till like that next year, but yeah, 38 Baby, the song itself. I don't want to say any of the ones that y'all already said. He got a song Kevin Gates called Rock Out. That was that's a solo song called Rock Out. He got a song with Kevin Gates called Two Hands that I liked a lot. What was the song he put out earlier this year that was my joint that I've been playing a lot? I do listen to Young Boy, so I don't know why I'm struggling with this right. But I think that kind of makes your point that it's hard to just randomly, like somebody just randomly tell you. It got to be like Ye or Jay-Z, somebody I listen to like all the time, for me to just have 5 off the top.
Can y'all name 5 Kevin Gates songs?
Tomorrow, Two Phones, Great Example, Perfect Imperfection, and what do I want to go with the 5th one? What's up with it?
I can go really, really. I can go. I Don't Get Tired. I can go. He had a song called Plug's Daughter that I liked. What was that first song that Satellites? That was the first song I feel like that he kind of blew up off of. 5th song. It's a song where he talks about drinking Beyonce's pee. I don't know what the name of that song was, but that was that's one of them right there. I think that's the song we talking about, Ruby Rose or whatever. Yeah.
It's crazy because when you said it, the first song I thought about was Black Youngster. Where he's like, "Girl, you look better than Beyonce." Just kidding. Don't nobody look better than Beyonce.
Damn, Black Youngster. That's somebody who I can't say he fell off because he never was like I don't know if niggas took him serious as a rapper, but I feel like that whole
No,
like
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, the youngster. Gang,
yeah,
gang,
like
gang, gang, gang. Me and my young boys, we run the same gang. That song's a classic. And the hip hopper. Lean by the water. Rebound dollar. Ain't done done it. Done
see,
done done it.
I was never super tapped in. I knew him more for like his social media antics than I did his music back in the day.
No,
But I
in
feel like
Memphis, he had a couple anthems.
the whole Gotti Dolph thing kind of slowed his shine down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what that boy doing now.
Do y'all think this might be heavy, but we can end on this. Y'all think Glorilla fake for being a Dolph fan but signing a Gotti?
No, I think that makes her real because she know who the real king of Memphis was.
No, my bad. I even cut you off. My bad.
I was gonna say, and at this point, I'm not finna sign the PRE without Dolph there. Like I like Key Glock, but I don't. Is he the one running things now? Like I just wouldn't want to sign to Key Glock. And realistically, you know, Gotti has a proven record to be able to handle artists at a better rate. But yeah, Dolph was definitely. I personally like Dolph better than Gotti, and excuse me, and so yeah, I think he was definitely. Yeah, he was definitely the one running Memphis, personally, in my opinion.
Follow up. Is Glorilla? Glorilla's the first rapper since who to be successful signed to another rapper. You know how they say like, don't sign to another rapper, you won't be successful. Like, because they don't want you to be bigger than the person you signed to. Glorilla's probably bigger as a rapper than Yo Gotti. Like
I was
just
saying
Go ahead.
Moneybag was up there for a minute.
Yeah.
There,
Moneybag was up there.
there was definitely a time when he was bigger than Gotti, or when he
Yeah.
passed Gotti. I mean, the obvious one for me, Cardi's way bigger than except Rocky is right now, just as a
Oh
rapper,
yeah.
not as a star or a celebrity. But we saying if Rocky and Cardi drop an album on the same day, like Cardi is selling way more than Rocky is selling at this point. So
Okay. So
yeah,
we got
I'll give it to Playboy Cardi because all his little clones, they all pretty big. Like Ken Carson, Detroit Lonely, especially Ken Carson. I'll definitely say him. Detroit Lonely is like relatively up there, but I think he's been able to manage their careers pretty well. But I think it's just because they're just extensions of him. And with him being so kind of like he drops a lot of music. He not a lot of music, but he drops a decent amount of music to kind of keep hold his fans over. But it's like in the meantime, you get Ken Carson and Detroit Lonely.
Jid.
Yeah.
what
No
you talking
one
about
else
being bigger than?
No, as
What you
well.
saying?
Well, when Mo said the thing about opium, I was like, those guys are nowhere as near as big as Cardi, but they have had successful careers.
Oh, got you.
So then I shifted it to successful careers, and I definitely think Jid is, you know, Earth Gang. They have their niche. Shout out to Atlanta, but like they aren't respectfully like big like Jid is. Like Jid is big.
Oh, Jude is still no, he definitely has I would say he's had a successful career for sure. Um I'm trying to think Kendrick never signed. Oh, well, technically, I think Baby Keem is signed to. I think Baby Keem is signed to Kendrick's label.
We don't
he's
know
on-
anything about Baby King because Baby King don't want to talk to nobody.
Okay, but when he does eventually come out, I don't know. Like I'm not gonna guess his numbers or whatever, but I think he'll do pretty well. Like when he,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah. Like
Kendrick's the hottest rapper in the world. Like I think Baby Keem could have took off 2 more years and came back. You know, because Kendrick had the type of year he had.
yeah, exactly. So Keem is pretty big, but it's not like what it used to be where like when we was kids, like Kanye being signed to Jay-Z or like even
Drake.
Cameron being signed to Jay-Z. Yeah, Drake and Nicki being signed to
Nicki.
Wayne.
Those are the last 2 huge ones. Oh, J. Cole.
J. Cole was signed to which is crazy because I feel like Jay-Z never really, as big as J. Cole became, I feel like Jay-Z never really like. They did that one song together, Mr. Nice Watch, and then it's got, like we never really seen them around each other too
Well,
much.
someone said it like this. It was like, how come J. Cole was signed to like rap's biggest label, but his come up story, when you followed it from afar, it made it feel like he was an independent guy getting out the mud. He was an underdog. And I said, dang, you bring up a good point. Like, they really made that man seem like he like came up independent.
But he wasn't like a. I'm not gonna say he wasn't a priority because J. Cole was on Blueprint 3, that was like 2009. So J. Cole definitely, I think Jay-Z definitely looked at him as being like a future star or whatever, but it wasn't. Okay, that future was 2009. His first album didn't come out till 2011. Like, so he might have believed in him, but I don't think he ever believed that he would become as big of a star as he ended up becoming. Like, to where he's, of the last 15 years, he's been, what do you want to say, second or third biggest rapper behind Drake in the last 15 years? Like, you would have to say he's up there.
Yeah, there'll never be another big three, even though, like, you know, we've had that conversation before. And yeah, I think in terms of artists signed to other artists, Glorilla is the latest one. Glorilla is the latest successful one. And she might, I wouldn't say she'll be the last one in a minute, but yeah. She's probably gonna be the last one in a minute, man. Father, if you want to say that technical, like with Cardi, Cardi's bigger than Father. Doja Cat's bigger than OG Mako, God rest his soul.
Yeah. That's crazy. That he was signed up. She was signed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just a different. I think people have kind of learned a lesson as far as signing the rappers. It don't more times than not, it don't really work out too well.
Yeah. But all right, fellas, it's been 2.5 hours. I'll let you guys go. Let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter _Jelani 2 underscores. I've been a little bit more active on the TikTok. I'm trying to be more. I've been posting like 2 videos a week, but I need to post like. Loki need to post one like every day just to get the algorithm going. So, but yeah, y'all can follow. The TikTok is the.1am.podcast. I believe so. That is, yeah. So I need to follow y'all on TikTok. I was going to actually DM y'all, ask y'all if y'all had TikTok so I could follow y'all on that.
I don't have TikTok.
You don't? Okay, I searched your name and didn't find it, so I figured that. But Mo, if you have one, you could DM me or whatever.
Bet. I'll go ahead and follow the page.
All right, bet.
But yeah, man. Y'all can find me on X at Monos __. You can find me at Instagram at RBMO ___. And my TikTok, I don't even know what it is. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, so don't even worry about it. But yeah, man. But all right, y'all. Yeah. Oh, Rubber Band Mo. Yeah. So follow me on Rubber Band Mo on TikTok.
All right, young boys, young ladies. My name is Rashad Milligan. As always, thank you for tuning in to the 1 a.m. pod with Jelani and Mo, RB Mo, and OVO Mo. And until next time, y'all take care of yourselves. Peace out.
Chicks on your APs, looking like weeds. Haven't